The words rare and Toyota are rarely said in the same sentence, but this new second generation Toyota Mirai hydrogen vehicle is going to be a more uncommon sight on Australian roads than, say, the Toyota Supra. Just about 11,000 Mirai have been built so far, and just 20 of those are coming to Australia, and they will be leased to environmentally conscious companies and organisations, so you won't be seeing too many of them. What will they be getting for their $1,750 per month lease? Well as the benefits of hydrogen and free hydrogen for all that time, quite a nice premium looking sedan. Where the first generation Mirai had gawky looks a lot like the Prius of its time, the new Mirai looks like it could belong in a Lexus showroom. It's just big and felt. It's got a nice coupe-like design, and none of the design elements really are there because it's a hydrogen vehicle. Same goes inside, with the Mirai looking similar to an upper spec Camry. Standard kit includes an 8-inch digital instrument display, 12.3-inch infotainment screen tilted toward the driver, synthetic leather trim, dual zone climate control, sat-nav and a 14-speaker JBL audio system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The 5-seat interior is very spacious, the back seats are very roomy. One compromise there is the fact the boot size is only about 270 litres, which is about Corolla size and about half the size of a Camry. Where the Mirai really differs from the Camry, however, is its 128 kilowatt, 330 cell polymer electrolyte fuel cell that powers a 134 kilowatt electric motor that drives the rear axle with a choice of eco, normal and sport driving modes. That of course is fueled by the hydrogen, stored in 3 very strong carbon fibre storage tanks that store just under 6 kilograms of the gas and gives us a range of about 650 kilometres, from which the only emission is pure water. So what is it like to drive? Well, I've literally just got into this, so I'm going to be winging it as I go. But the first thing I've noticed is how quiet it is. It's even when you shut the door, you just feel the sort of all the noises of the world sort of silence, and it's quite a windy day in Melbourne and wind noise is quite minimal, as is the tyre roll. The older Mirai, while that was quite a nice car to drive, is a bit louder with sort of earth and noise. That said, you know, when there's no engine humming, you sort of tend to notice the other noises more, but this is quite quiet. The interior is very Camry-like with the dashboard presentation, but just the ride, comfort and just the way it's appointed, there's something a bit Lexus about it. It's quite a nice car, so you know that $1,750 per month lease payments is quite a bit there, but you know, on top of the hydrogen technology, you are getting quite a premium product. Where the old Mirai was a lot more like being in a Prius of its time, this is very Camry-like, except for the gear shifter, which is very similar to the Prius's. It looks like a bit like a milk float thing. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does the job, and once you get used to it, it's not really an issue, I guess. The ride is nice on the independent suspension at each axle. It's sort of floaty but not bouncy, and you know, I would like to test this on some harder roads, but you know, so far first impressions are quite good. Unfortunately on this drive route, it's pretty busy traffic around. We're sort of in a few square kilometre area of the Altona Toyota facility, and needless to say, traffic is pretty bad. There are trucks everywhere, so I can't really give it a good thrash. Got a bit of clear air here. Let's just see what the acceleration's like. Yeah, the torque's instant, but it's not like an EV where you do really feel like someone's just giving you a push along. But you know, it's like a very, very good turbocharged engine without any lag at all. And there's a lot of debate about, you know, is there room for hydrogen, is there with EVs and all this sort of thing. And it's quite surprising how many EV people don't like the idea of hydrogen. But there obviously is room for two. And one application, just having driven this now and how comfortable it is, it will make for great taxis or even luxury type hire cars where you can't really have that downtime charging. The hydrogen will make that a hell of a lot more convenient. One thing I've noticed with this and the Hyundai Nexo, the most remarkable thing of hydrogen cars is how unremarkable they are to drive. Just the balance of everything, you just don't know you're not driving a normal petrol engine car, apart from maybe it's just a bit quieter. The dynamics are very similar, the weight distribution, it just feels like that. So I'm just coming up to the end of the drive here. As I say, I would have loved to have a bit more time at this and just see what it can really do. But yeah, the first impressions there, it's quite an elegant car to drive. I can see why hydrogen, there will be a place for it. It's probably not good to put all the eggs in one basket and just have different products that offer different advantages. And if hydrogen becomes more widespread for a lot more other uses, then we'll see the production of it become more affordable, and we'll see more refilling stations, and then suddenly it becomes a very good, alternative for emissions-free driving. So while the Mirai won't be here in significant numbers, it will be a significant car for Toyota and quite possibly the planet, especially if it helps spearhead the introduction of hydrogen as one of the new alternative fuels.